college football fans. It's time. One man breaks it all down. Stats, story, and straight talk. This is Nolan Knows with Paul.
Welcome back to Nolan Knows with Paul. Week 1 in the books. On the week 2, I mean, I gotta say, it just feels great to be back. We got NFL coming up this week. Finish out week 1 of some great games. I mean, some unexpected ones to say the least. But I mean, just getting back into college football is just one of the best feelings ever, especially with summer over. But now we just got football every single goddamn weekend. Paul, how we doing?
Yeah, nothing better. I love football, obviously. Excited to get into week 2. Week 1 was awesome. Week 2, not as good, but for me personally, massive program-defining game. So I'm locked in.
You talking that Oklahoma-Illinois State?
Talking that Oklahoma-Michigan.
Coming up. All right, so just recapping real quick our records. So I went 3-3 for week 1, 5-3 overall. Paul went 3-5 for week 1, 5-5 overall. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a tough week. It's very hard to cap these games. I'm not gonna lie. You don't really have the sense yet of what's going on, of what teams are bringing in and how that team is going to mesh together. So very hard to put together, to be honest.
Yeah, and I felt like the ones I won by a mile, like Utah, for example. And
Tulane,
yeah, like I won hands down, didn't even have to look at it. And every other toss-up, Syracuse, for example, they were like 4th and goal on the 4 to cover. They don't end up getting the cover there. It just really tight beats. I mean, Texas, Ohio State, I didn't put out, but I also bet. Lost that one as well. So it was definitely a little bit of a tougher week, but luckily we had that 2-0 to begin.
The Virginia Tech one too. I mean, they just couldn't get in the goddamn end zone, to be honest.
They could line them up tomorrow the exact same way. I'm still taking fucking Virginia Tech to cover that game. Yeah,
they actually did pretty well against Sellers. I mean, he had a couple big runs and a couple big passes, that one big pass at the end, but like they were really sticking with them all game. The score doesn't really tell the whole story, to be honest.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, you could lose a bet that's -6 and it's like razor thin, and you could cover something that's like -3 and you get backdoored when you have like a 10-point lead or something. So it really just depends.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Any noise out there?
Not too much noise. Play some golf with the boys. They requested 2 days a week. I said that's not going to happen.
2 days? The hell would talk about?
It's like, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but I would love to. But it's just too much to do 2 days.
Beazle doesn't even listen. He's asking for another episode?
He was part of the crew that was asking, yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. Couple comments on YouTube. Got one from, obviously, John D'Arco, #1 fan. Got to the pod late. Games were great this week. Looking forward to seeing how the contest goes. Good luck, fellas. And then good old Cookie, best drop of the week. Let's go.
Damn.
Nice.
Nothing but respect from the boys. Saw John this weekend. We had our fantasy football draft. It was really cool. We took a picture. It was... We've been doing this fantasy football league for 25 years. It looked like the NFL coaches picture, that they do at the beginning of the year, like when the season usually kicks off or like the league year kicks off.
That's what you guys should replicate next year too.
But this was pretty close to it. But yeah, 25 years, the same people for the most part. I mean, a little bit of coming and goings, but pretty wild, man. I was in like, I don't know, 5th grade when we started that. Crazy.
Jesus. Yeah, 10 years old. If it's 25 years, goddamn.
Yeah.
But who the hell's the guy wearing a suit? It looks like you guys are in the fucking backwoods somewhere, and there's a guy wearing a suit.
Brother. Your video is very fuzzy, by the way. I don't know if we can do anything about that, but we might have to just do it live. Is it fuzzy?
I think it's your Walmart connection. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it comes out in the YouTube, I guess. I'm crystal clear. Yours is... like,
you guys do a Dynasty? No, all right. Probably a better choice. First year I'm doing Dynasty, and I don't like it.
You don't like it or do like it?
No, I don't. It's all about the boys getting together and having a good time, and you just don't even do that. You do a rookie draft through email or like through the
email.
App. Yeah, it's pathetic out there.
What do you got going on there? I'm surprised you don't send it by a postcard.
I know, that's what it should be. It's a way to get away, and be with the boys. People just don't get it anymore.
I had a lot of
Sad.
time with the boys this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Those are some of the best weekends.
Yeah.
The
Bachelor
drive's
party
better than the
coming up
actual
soon.
trip. Oh, yeah.
Drive better than the actual trip. Wise words from yours truly.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Some college football news. You got anything?
I got nothing.
All right. So, got something. Dab classic. Dabo had some post-game comments saying his team would grade his team a 58 and LSU a 65. And I just have to ask, I don't know, this guy just has to be acting out of emotion, because I don't know how the fuck you watch that game and think LSU got a 65. I mean, Clemson didn't even score a fucking point in the second half. Absolutely shut down, and you're going to say something like that is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Dabo being so out of touch with social media, reality, I don't know what. But LSU kicked the crap out of them and probably should have won by more. They took that touchdown off the board, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Total domination. I don't know what he's talking about. If I had to grade it, I would say it's closer to a 90 and a 70, something like that.
Yeah, seriously. But we'll jump into more on the game reviews. Just review Rutgers real quick. I mean, just squeaked by Ohio. But Ohio's actually not that bad. I mean, they won the MAC last year, and the quarterback Parker Navarro, is actually a pretty good talent. And they're only underdogs by like 3 or 3.5 to West Virginia this week. So they're actually not that bad of a team, so we'll see what happens. But they got Miami of Ohio, another MAC team coming up. So not even going to cap that game. It's a 15.5 point line, so it's really could go either way, I think.
We're just going to blow by the contest?
Yeah, true. So going on the cookies contest, we can't forget that. I mean, that was the highlight of the weekend for you, right?
Yeah, that was 2-0 for me. 1-2 for you, 0-2 for Justin.
Unfortunately, yeah. So Justin decided to take the route of taking some hefty point favorites. Washington 21.5, and I think he bought into your the hype you were giving Oklahoma last week, so he might have taken them. But what were they? 36.5 point favorites. Look at Penn State last week. They didn't even cover.
And Illinois State, I mean, they were milking the clock. They were
But yeah, 2-0 for you. Who were your two wins? Tulane and who? Yeah, Utah was an easy one. And I lost on Clemson and Baylor. Bastards. You need to touch on OU at all against Illinois State?
No, nothing I got to talk about on that. But what you just said, getting into a little bit of the recap, what were your thoughts on Auburn-Baylor? Did you watch the whole thing?
Oh, yeah. Disgusting, honestly. It's just Baylor's defense was just atrocious. Could not stop the run, and just Jackson Arnold just tore him up running the ball. And he made some good throws. I'm not going to knock his
he made some decent throws, but it was all on the ground. I mean,
yeah,
it honestly gave me no confidence of him. Like, it gave me no confidence for him going forward that he's going to be able to read defenses when they play someone that can stop the run, and he has to be relied on long third downs. If you take away his legs and spy him and stop the run game, like, man, I don't know. He did not seem to me like he was able to read and like deliver accurate, high quality throws. So I'm still not sure I really buy into Auburn. And then Baylor, I think that they are just right in the mix of a chaotic, super tight Big 12 where every team can beat every other team on any given Saturday rather, and it's just a mess. With the exception of Utah. I think Utah is in a class of their own, personally.
It'll be very interesting to watch. I agree. Utah did look good. But, like, also on Baylor, like, they just kept running the same fucking defense. Like, why would you not stack the box and just challenge them? Like,
well, that's what they do.
Obviously
they
wasn't
run that
working.
Three. They run that 3 linemen and, like, umbrella cover 8 thing.
Terrible. So stupid. Just no adjustments made. It was tough to watch. Same night, Georgia Tech and Colorado. Honestly, I thought Georgia Tech owned this game. Obviously, they had the 3 straight turnovers in their 3 first possessions, but Colorado only got 7 points off those turnovers. But I thought Georgia Tech was a better team. Obviously, we got lucky with the long run for the touchdown to cover, but I did think Georgia Tech should have covered that whole game, to be honest.
Totally agree. I mean, we got lucky to cover, but we also got unlucky that they fumbled the first 3 possessions. So
Yeah.
it kind of washed out. I mean, they were head and shoulders better than Colorado.
Then moving into Saturday, so Texas Ohio State.
Stinker, bro.
I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, I guess a good defensive matchup if you want to say that, but it was really just inexperience at the quarterback position on both teams.
Dude, I've been talking up Jeremiah Smith, watching highlight videos, telling people he's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now, and he's not even in the NFL, obviously. The bro dropped 2 easy catches right off the bat. I was like, what the hell is going on? I knew we were in for a rough game when that happened. And then, yeah, very little offense, just stalemate after stalemate. I mean, closer game than the score kind of indicates. I know it's like only 1 touchdown, but Texas was on the goal line with a chance to score a touchdown. They get stuffed at the goal line, 4th and 1, obviously. They were driving at the end of the game. They come up about 2 yards short of a 4th down attempt, and it really could have gone either way, obviously. I thought Arch was not great, obviously, but it's his first real high-profile start. I mean, people are saying Julian Sayin was good, but I think if roles were reversed and Ohio State had lost that game, people would be saying, I don't know about Julian Sayin. He didn't look very good. So I think he's just benefiting from them winning the game, personally. But what do you think?
Same thing. So if Arch were to score that, they did have the ball to tie up the game late in the game. So what would the conversation be if he did tie and then they ended up winning, say, in overtime? Would the conversation be different? Probably. So it makes sense. Honestly, panic or patience for Arch Manning, it's obviously patience. I mean, it's the first time the guy's out and he's playing at Ohio State, throwing his first pass in an away stadium. So it's just, you have to let him get into the mix of it. Obviously, nerves are going to run high for both of these guys. I mean, they really didn't look that good, obviously, but Julian Sayin did make some better throws, I thought. Like you said, a couple drop balls by Jeremiah Smith. So I think both teams will be in good shape, to be honest with you. I think their defenses are just too good. But I think there will be a lot more improvement from both of them, especially on Arch's side.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have a measuring stick other than what they were last year, obviously, and they just reloaded. But I would be shocked if those teams both didn't make the college football playoff at the end of the year.
Yeah, agreed. So Bama, FSU, a little afternoon slate, and what a surprise this was. Own little story of mine. So even like 15 minutes before, I texted my boys from school. I'm like, they were talking about just doing a live line bet, and I was like, honestly, keep an eye on Florida State because Castellanos, he ran for over 1,000 yards 2023. Then last year it was just like 200 something. So I thought he might have backed off from that. And Bama, if you remember last year, just struggled with scrambling quarterbacks. Lost to Jackson Arnold and lost to Diego Pavia at Vanderbilt. And those two guys just tore him up. They didn't have any answers. And it showed the same way on Saturday. They had no answers for Castellanos. I thought it was the same ordeal with Auburn and Baylor. They just could not stop the run, and it just opened up a passing lane. I didn't even think Castellanos looked that good passing, but like they could run the ball, and you just had to make a few good throws, get first downs, and they just absolutely dominated them. And FSU looked like the better squad out there. Sad.
Yeah, I mean, that was shocking-ish, but I was even more shocked with Alabama's offense. I think it's just clear Ty Simpson is not that kind of guy. Like,
no, definitely not.
He did not look the part at all. Body language was bad. He was running for his life and just like flailing out there. They looked ugly, to be honest with you. And I mean, Florida State has some dudes for sure. They were athletic. The line of scrimmage was much better than I anticipated. I feel like I fell into the hype of everyone just being like, they got that offensive coordinator from Washington that, the coach had worked with all the time. And he's a whisperer, and Ty Simpson's going to, not have to do too much because they have so much talent all over the place. And they have high blue chip ratio, obviously, but it's clear that the culture has changed. They're not the same Bama. It's over for them. In terms of like Bama dominance, that ship has sailed until
definitely
something happens, because the proof is in the pudding. I mean, Oklahoma lost last year, Michigan lost, Vanderbilt lost. Like, this would have never happened under Saban. So I'm happy to see it, honestly. I'm glad that they've kind of come back down to earth.
The board definitely on the hot seat now. I mean, Bama fans are not going to be happy with that, especially in a few weeks they have Georgia at Georgia. So it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, I mean, he did beat Georgia last year, obviously, but something just seems wrong there. And people are saying like he's on the hot seat. He's definitely on the hot seat. I mean, he's a massive buyout, and I don't know how that'll exactly work, but
They're keeping him, but they're not happy.
they're not happy. Yeah, I mean, it could spiral out of control for sure.
LSU Clemson. Now, I was all over Clemson on this one. That was like one of my favorite plays. But LSU played great defense, stopped the run from Klubnik. He was not scrambling at all, forced him to throw, and he just couldn't do anything. I mean, Clemson couldn't do anything in the second half. Like I said, didn't score a single point. But LSU's stock went way up. Defense looked great, and so did their offense. It was just they were going against one of the best defensive lines, and I'll tell you what, the LSU offensive line held up. Gave whatchamacallit a great amount of time to make throws, and he might be the leading candidate for the Heisman right now after that game, to be honest with you, even though they only scored 17 points, but he looked good.
Yeah, I mean, what was more surprising to you? Like LSU able to move the ball on Clemson's defense? Because even though they only scored 17, they were definitely moving the ball. Or was it Clemson's offense kind of being ineffective against that LSU defense, which I did not think was going to be that good, but it seems like they were not good at all last year, LSU's defense. They got some transfers and a little bit of personnel change, but this looks like a scary good defense. I'm shocked. What did you think?
So there was some improvement last year from 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, they were discussing improved a little bit last year, but I was not expecting this. This is like shutdown. They literally shut down Klubnik in that offense, and Dabo didn't have any answers for them. So it was surprising.
I just wonder, is it LSU's defense is that dominant, or is it that Klubnik is just a decent quarterback and against like high talent and strong talent, Clemson's just not that good? Like I'm struggling to figure out what the real story is here.
Well, Clemson only did have 31 rush yards, so definitely a huge story for them because that's definitely what's going to help them open up the pass game. And if they can't run the ball, it's just not good for them. And that's pretty much what they relied on last year. Next game, touched on this, but Utah absolute blowout against UCLA. UCLA might be the worst team ever with Nico losing money.
Just massive mismatch and willpower and care and flying to the football. Just Utah is really well coached. UCLA not that well coached. Talent discrepancy, the whole thing. I'm glad I jumped on that one, obviously.
Yeah, I'm glad I tailed. Notre Dame on Sunday night at Miami. So this was actually a good matchup. I mean, they feel like ND was throwing way too many bubble screens at first. They just were not letting CJ Carr, CARR, throw the ball downfield. And they let him open up in the second half. He actually looked like a better quarterback. He was running the ball pretty well, had a lot of intensity. So I saw some good things. But Miami, I mean, Carson Beck made some good throws. Their offensive line looked good. Their defensive line looked really good. Had a lot of pressure on CJ Carr all night. But I think, it's just kind of that mismanagement with Cristobal at the end of the game, just settling for a 47-yard field goal with a minute 30 left or so. And you're putting it's like raining outside, an inexperienced kicker. Like, it just was not the smartest of decisions on his part. I think that's just what's going to hurt Miami, but very talented Miami. That was impressive showing.
I didn't really get a chance to watch this one because it was right during the middle of my fantasy draft. But from what I heard, Carr actually looked pretty good. And Jeremiah Love, not as many touches as you would have expected. Is that what went on?
Very true.
Yeah. So I don't know what to make of it. I didn't really watch it, but it seems like two teams that are pretty solid still. And even though Notre Dame lost, I don't think that they're going away. They have Texas A&M not this week. I think they're off this week. They have them next week, and then their schedule is paper soft. So I wouldn't be shocked to see them sitting
surprising
at 11
line
10-2.
Early line for that game, ND -6.
In Notre Dame, though, right?
Yeah. Still, though, that's a big line. TCU at good old UNC and absolute blowout. I actually was going to put this on. I bet it just because DraftKings had a profit boost. I brought it down to 2.5 with that profit boost, and I was able to hit that, but I didn't want to post it because it was 3.5, so I didn't want to screw anything up with that. But Jordan, just no magic there, was on the sidelines with Bill asking for $20 to buy a pretzel. Honestly embarrassing, but it was not a good showing for UNC that night. Absolutely terrible.
I mean, after the first drive, it just all fell apart quickly. I don't know what's going on. KFC posted this video that was really funny. He's basically like, what is going on with Bill Belichick? Like, you have to tell me there's something going on. I don't know what it is. On its face, it doesn't seem that crazy that they just got blown out, but Bill Belichick doesn't get blown out like that. What is going on? Honestly, I believe him. I have no idea, but I feel like something is going on as well. Someone needs to say something.
Like, what's going on here, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude's lost in the sauce, man. That's all it is.
We've seen other men be that way as well. Friends.
Oh
even.
yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Moving into games and picks for week 2. So I'm going to just lead off by saying this is kind of a tough week for me too when I was researching these games. I don't have many plays. I have my eyes on some, but this was a hard week. But leading off, big noon kickoff, Iowa State. Iowa State coming in -3.5, over under 41.5. So NFL over under here, and it is just, that's how these games always play. It's just smash mouth football. These guys, just low scoring games. You never know who the hell's gonna win. If I had to pick a winner, it would probably be
points, baby.
Yeah, it would be, no, I don't know, I can't. It would be Iowa State, honestly, just because they look like the better squad with the better quarterback. Iowa has Gronowski coming in from South Dakota State, but he didn't even look good the first outing out against Albany, so like I had nothing to hang my hat on for them. But it's really just a no play for me. Maybe throw Iowa State in the parlay. I don't know.
I'm taking Iowa plus 3.5, and I'm just taking Iowa State under 41.5. System play there. I feel like it usually hits. Keep it going.
All right. Illinois at Duke. So Illinois coming in 2.5-point favorites, over under 50.5.
The stinkiest line you can imagine.
I know, but I'm taking Illinois. I just think they're the better team. Brett Bielema. I mean, Duke with Manny Diaz is good, and they have Mensa. He was the quarterback to Tulane last year. Was really good. A lot of inexperience on offense for them other than him. But Duke's defense is actually really good, and so is the Illini. I would maybe take the under here at 50.5, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and both these teams are going to play good defense against each other.
Yeah, I think Illinois is pretty good. I like their run game up 2.5. It's just screaming, begging you to take Illinois, like less than a field goal. I know they're on the road
against
Duke, but I'll fall for the trap and take Illinois.
Me too. I gotta. Yep. Baylor, another noon kickoff. Baylor at SMU, battle of some Dallas teams, kind of Northern Texas teams, I should say. SMU come in as 3-point favorites, over under 65.5. So expecting a high scoring game, obviously, but after watching Baylor against Auburn, I just cannot trust these guys whatsoever. And Jennings coming back from SMU, return a good amount of starters on defense too. It's I'm just worried about Baylor's defense against him. He doesn't scramble much, but he could use his legs to stretch some plays out. So I'm just gonna stay away from this one personally.
I'm gonna take Baylor plus 3. I think it's a little bit of an overreaction how Baylor lost to Auburn. Auburn's got some good talent, man, and SMU I think is super overrated. Living off of last year's hype when they didn't really play anyone, got smoked in the playoff. I don't know why they're ranked, honestly, and I like Baylor with 3 points, so I'm going to take that.
Damn, coming off that playoff appearance.
Yeah.
Got absolutely smoked, though, by Penn State.
Dominated.
Kansas at Mizzou. Damn, I have the wrong line here.
Yeah, so then pre-prep, but I think it's...
Nice. Yeah, Mizzou favored by 6. So I'm actually going to take over under 51.5, 3:30 p.m. start. I'm actually going to take Kansas here. I think they're back. I mean, they bring in a coach that was like the Penn State offense coordinator that was there previously that ran the offense for Jalen Daniels. I think they just look a lot better than what they did last year. I mean, they've been vibing. They look good. They've coming off 2 wins, only held their opponents to 14 points combined these 2 games. Fresno State rushed for 350 yards last week, and they rushed for under 100 against Kansas's defense look a lot better. Quarterback Bo Prebula, first-year quarterback, likes to run as well. So I think the Kansas defense actually matches up well. I know they're traveling to Missouri, but 6 points is a lot here. I got to ride with Jalen Daniels and go with them.
Yeah, Kansas last year, they lost so many one-score games, and they really kind of got hot at the end of the season. Jalen Daniels looks really good. I am not a believer in Missouri at all, so I'm riding with you and taking Kansas as well.
Overhyped, man. Overhyped.
Yeah.
Every year, even though they've gotten 10 wins like the last 2 years, but they've had some cupcake schedules, to be honest. All right, big powerhouse matchup. We got Michigan at Oklahoma. Oklahoma, I think they're 5.5 now. Oh, really? Wow. I mean, that was a big line jump. 4 points almost. So I'll get through my pick real quick. I mean, I don't even have a pick for this yet. With the line jump, if it was 6, I would take Michigan. Now it's trickling back down. It's a little tough for me to decide. Obviously, Mateer and this Oklahoma defense look good, but I think Michigan's defense is good. But also, you have Underwood going in as a freshman to Norman, never an easy place to play. And this is his first away game, like we just talked about Arch Manning. I know Michigan, he was able to get a game under his belt against New Mexico, but traveling to SEC country now, Norman, it's very hard to decide what the hell he's going to do. I mean, I wish this over-under wasn't so low, 45.5, because I would take the under, but I just think this is going to be a good defensive matchup. I think Mateer will struggle a little bit, but I do see Oklahoma winning this game. I just don't know what kind of point margin they're going to win by.
So, obviously, I've been listening to things all week. Did 90% of my time in this game. So I think here's the keys. For Oklahoma on offense, can the offensive line hold up and give Mateer a somewhat clean pocket so that the receivers can get some time to work downfield, take advantage of a Michigan secondary that's just okay? Their strength is really in their front seven. Their one linebacker who everything I've heard, he's suspended for the first half because he got a targeting penalty, which sounds like it was kind of BS, but I'll take it. This guy apparently will run through offensive tackles, offensive guards, running backs, souls, and just hit them as hard as he possibly can. Seems like they're talking about this guy like he's a fucking heat-seeking missile. So I'm glad he's out for the first half of the game, but can Oklahoma's offensive line hold up against the Michigan front is going to be key. And then on the other side of the ball, I watched every throw that Bryce Underwood took against New Mexico, and I was impressed. I got to be honest with you. He does that 5-step drop, and the ball comes out. He did not hold the ball at all. Like, usually a talented freshman relies on their athleticism, kind of scrambles around a little bit, tries to make a big play. They must have coached the hell out of him. He looked like, I mean, it's ridiculous, obviously. He looked like Tom Brady back there. It was hit that back foot, fire a bullet. Now, one thing I think that everyone is missing, while he was pretty accurate and was throwing laser beams out there, it was one read or check it down. I did not see in every throw I watched one time where he shifted his head, changed, his lock on to receiver to someone else. He was not scanning the field at all. I think it was, this is your hot read. If it's there, take it. If not, dump it down. Another key, the tight end. He relies a lot on the tight end. That's their best That's their best pass catching weapon by far. If we can limit him, I really like our chances on defense. There's a lot of similarities to when Tennessee came into town last year, and you saw that Oklahoma's defense is going to be ready, bro. Like, they're going to come out, they're going to show that weird 3-man front with 4 linebackers kind of like prowling, if you will. They got that cheetah position. The edge I'm talking about is like a linebacker too. It's a weird formation. When I read it, like last year when I saw it, it was jarring to see, and they stopped the hell out of the run with it. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works, but it works. So I do like them to kind of stop the run a little bit and force Bryce Underwood into some long third downs, obvious passing downs, And then, and I think he's going to be pretty consistent and take those quick hot route reads. It's going to be up to Oklahoma to tackle in space and make sure that they keep them in front of the chains and force them to punt. Honestly, if Oklahoma gets up big and puts a little pressure on Underwood, that's where I think you can see some mistakes. But as long as the game is like in competitive balance, I don't think he's really gonna make too many mistakes. People are talking about like changing the picture and this and that. He's looking at one read and he's throwing a fireball in there. So
see what his checkdowns are like.
yeah, I mean, so overall, I am not as confident as I was last week when I said take the 6 because he looks pretty damn good, honestly. Oklahoma's offensive line looked worse than I thought it was going to be. It's better than last season, thank God. We're also going to be starting some new offensive linemen. I like
Mateer
Oklahoma.
can move though.
Mateer's a stud. I got no worry about him. He's a gunslinger, and like even if the offensive line is shaky, like he's just gonna make plays. He plays like backyard football, which is awesome to watch. I'm not really concerned about us like being shut out. It's can we like not turn the ball over, give them good field position because they also have like the best kicker in the nation on Michigan. He was like 21 of 22 last year, 7 over 50 yards. The only field goal he missed was like blocked. So, that could come into play as well. I'm obviously going a little long-winded here, but in conclusion, I like Oklahoma to win the game at 6. I would definitely say, I'm not going to do it, but someone too smart would take Michigan. 6 is a lot of points in this. I think it's going to be competitive. I mean, you could get fucked on some type of a late game score or whatever. I think it's going to be a competitive game, so I would lean towards taking 6 points. At 4, it's a little bit of a different story, but I would probably stay away.
Yeah, shop around, see what we could get, but it's really going to be a game time decision for me as well.
So I did lock in -6, but that was last week when I talked about it, and that bumped it up to plus 140, which I think is good value, obviously, since it's sitting at around 5 right now. And I'm just riding with that. I'm not gonna double down or anything.
All right, this is gonna be a big game for Venables. I mean, he's been
Biggest game of his
criticized a
career.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we said it
Till the
last year
next
too,
one.
but till the next one. But no,
Yeah.
it's true. Like it really is. I mean, game day is going to be there. It's the crown jewel of the weekend. It's big time, man. Like it's a real inflection point for the Sooners in their season. This is either going to be a stepping stone to like, all right, college football playoff is for real. Like we could do that, or it's Brent Venables might not be the guy. It might be going through a coaching search at the end of the year. So it's exciting.
Yeah,
but I'm glad they scheduled it.
He has solidified that defense. So, like with the defenses he's done in the past, it's really just on the offensive side they need to, bring up the par.
The defense is going to be fine. Honestly, the Achilles heel of the team is the goddamn offensive line, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But we got 2 really, really good freshmen, so hopefully, I want to just throw them into the fire. And if they make mistakes, sure, but at least they can grow and learn. And by the end of the season, hopefully, they're much better. Just even if not, like get them ready for next season. Then what are we doing with these like average folks? Just cut your losses, put in the new guys, live with some mistakes, and let's plan for the future.
All right, that'll do it for premier matchups. Not a lot, unfortunately, but it's week 2. Everybody's still playing FCS schools and whatnot, lower division D1 schools. Some other games I'm taking a look at. Louisville against Friday night games. Louisville against JMU. I might look at Louisville here. Only 12.5-point favorites, and I just think they could put up some points against this JMU defense. Miller Moss looked all right. He could pass pretty well, so I got my eye on them. You have anything for Friday?
Not Friday.
Maybe Maryland too. I mean, they're going against Northern Illinois. I got to tell you, that freshman looked impressive. Malik Washington threw pretty well, and I mean it's 16.5 points, so it's tough to sell, but I might look at them as well.
Things for Saturday. Oh, I like Syracuse -6.5.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah,
I don't know. UConn's offense ain't bad.
It ain't bad. Syracuse just played pretty well against Tennessee, and I know that could be a little bit of a letdown spot. It's just talent mismatch here. I think I like Syracuse -6.5 at home.
I have to say, UConn preseason, I was going to say take them as a long shot to make the playoff just because their schedule is just so terrible. I mean, looking at it now, they'll probably lose to BC at BC, but the rest of it is just like, and they play Duke. That's like their toughest matchups, really. It's just, such an easy schedule. But they did lose a lot of pieces on defense last year, so I didn't end up doing it. But just keep an eye on the Huskies.
I'll keep my eye on them. Another one I like. Not going to be popular. Michigan State -4.5 against
damn,
BC.
John's gonna be pissed about that one.
Aiden Childs, I don't know. Not a great game to start. Not terrible, but like pedestrian numbers for sure. I think BC is a little bit of a wake up call. So I'm going to take Michigan State -4.5. I am really toying with the idea of taking Mississippi State against Arizona State. 6.5
I don't mind
at
that.
home. Home
Staying
dog.
away from that one myself.
Maybe it goes to 7. I'm gonna probably wait around and see if I can get a 7 number, but I'll take a touchdown from Mississippi State at home potentially. And then Cincinnati against Bowling Green. Bowling Green,
21 points,
dude. Bowling Green, not good. Their quarterback, I forget what his name is, but he ain't it for sure. And I thought
they lost Connor Bezelak from last year, who was actually pretty good. Oh, Drew Pine is their quarterback. He's terrible.
Yes, terrible. Cincinnati actually hung in pretty well with Nebraska, who I think is going to be a pretty good team. So I like Cincinnati to cover the 21.5. Again, I'm probably going to look for 20.5, maybe, or 21 rather.
Yeah.
I don't know about the half point there, but keep my eye on it.
Keep an eye on Ole Miss at Kentucky.
I saw that
they're
one
coming
too.
in as double-digit favorites.
It's a sneaky little one.
Yeah, that's a lot. SEC country. I mean, Lane Kiffin loses, Jackson Dart loses a lot of weapons, and now he's pretty much messing with a new team. Their quarterback did not look impressive, and the guy's like 24 years old.
Yeah, Calzada. I might sneakily maybe put a little something on Ole Miss there.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I was thinking about 21 Kentucky, a little sprinkled money line.
Well, all right. We'll see. Maybe in the
all right, what
money
about
line parlay.
Tulane?
Tulane. I don't even know who they play this week, actually.
They play, I just had it up. What the hell? South Alabama.
I gotta be honest with you, South Alabama does not make the rounds on research very often.
No, they're not very good. So I'm probably going to play UTSA. They're going against Texas State. And UTSA has Jake McCown's, I think it's his son or maybe his nephew, I forget. But actually a really good quarterback. They went toe-to-toe with A&M for a little bit of that game, a lot closer than what the final score says. So I think they got a lot of potential on their end. So I'm probably going to ride with them, just FYI.
Last one, Hawaii on the island against Sam Houston. Do we fade?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, something smells.
You never fade Hawaii on islands.
I know, but I'm nervous about this one.
Sam Houston does not play defense at all. And that's pretty much Hawaii's bread and butter, is just scoring and throwing the shit out of the ball. So I got to ride with them.
Dude, I do not think Arizona's very good. Hawaii got
smoked.
It was just bad, dude. I don't know.
They were in a little parlay I had, so that was nice.
Bad. Who, Arizona?
Probably, yeah. Had that late night games. Them, Utah, and Cal. Cal with their freshman quarterback actually looked pretty well.
Yeah, not bad.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. What are you doing for the games this week?
I might golf Saturday. We'll see, but no plans. What about you?
No plans. Going to actually watching Erica's soccer team from 2 to 4.
God, I can't believe you said that on the pod.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I kind of enjoy it.
How about South Florida at Florida? I know South Florida's coming off that nice win against Boise State, but Florida.
Yeah, I looked at this one. 17? I couldn't really make up my mind. 17.5, I saw.
Yeah. And then they play LSU next week. So a little, look ahead spot, but South Florida, a little come down spot. So it's definitely, I don't know, a little intriguing. I might just throw a little bit on South Florida. Honestly, it's a lot of points.
I got one that's not pure vibes because I actually looked into it a little bit, but it's vibes from last season. Sam Dushkin might really appreciate it. Navy UAB under 59.5.
Under, huh? It's a 21-point line.
59.5 Navy. I don't know.
He likes those military schools going under?
No, he just likes the obscure schools. And UAB is pretty obscure.
Yeah, they're pretty awful. too.
Yeah, they are. Also, West Virginia minus 3.5. That one was calling me a little bit fishy for sure.
Traveling to Athens, Ohio? I don't know. Peter Navarro, he looked pretty good against Rutgers, and Rutgers ain't playing at. I don't even know what the hell they call this stadium anymore. Is it High Point Solution Stadium still?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy place to play, man.
It's pretty easy.
I'm probably going to actually roll with Houston. They're minus 13.5 against Rice. Rice is now an option team. And Houston's run defense is actually pretty good. So I'm actually going to ride with Houston on this one. They were one of my dark horses in the Big 12 this year. So I'm going to ride with them as well.
Dark horse Houston, huh?
Yeah, called it earlier. I mean, they're definitely not going to win it, but I think they'll make a little bit of noise, upsets here and there.
Yeah, possible.
There
was one other thing I wanted to get to, and I can't remember now. Filibuster for me for a second.
Let me see if there's another game I liked. Vanderbilt at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech minus 1.5. Honestly, I think it's such a tough matchup because they have Diego Pavia coming into town. Diego Pavia is actually pretty good. Hypes up Vandy pretty well. Had a good season last year. And then Virginia Tech coming off that tough loss against South Carolina. But honestly, such a tricky line on that one. I just can't pick a side for that. That's a good matchup.
Oh, I remember now what I wanted to get to. It was the Cowboys-Eagles tomorrow night.
Boy, I mean...
And Parsons. Tough to me through that.
I mean, so everybody obviously is going to trash Jerry Jones. He's really not the best GM. Obviously, I agree. I think he needs to step down and obviously give that to, an actual GM. But at the same time, you're offering the guy to be the highest paid player other than a quarterback. And he says constantly he wants to play for the Cowboys. We're giving him such a big deal. And then Green Bay comes in and he's only making $900,000 more there over the lifespan of his contract. And you're going to tell me that you would rather be a Cowboy, but you just take that much money made your decision. So you'd be traded and go up there and play rather than stay a Cowboy. I'm just not buying it from Parsons. Honestly, it's just like a bad taste in my mouth on his side. Honestly, I'm actually glad the deal didn't get done because the cap would just be insane. You're paying him, Dak, you're going to have to pay CD. We'll see what happens with George Pickens. I don't think he'll be back. But who else are you paying on this team? How do you expect to be a good team if you can't pay anybody and build a team around your core guys? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You can't just keep paying all these guys. Some of these teams you see, they're not really paying their quarterbacks a shit ton of money because they can build around them. Like Purdy, he was still on his rookie deal. And they were able to build around him. They made it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago with them. So I'm not a fan of like the big monster deals for multiple guys on a team like that. But like him just asking for more and more money and then just leaving for, that much more money, I'm not a fan of. It's okay that he's gone on my end. I'm over it. We move on. Obviously, the defense won't be as good. But I'm not a fan of these monster deals like that, to be honest.
Yeah, so a couple different things. One, I think the relationship between him and the Cowboys soured significantly with Jerry Jones' remarks and how he was treated and yada, yada, yada. So I think it was more, not him chasing more money. Obviously, you mentioned that it was minuscule in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it was that. I think he felt straight up like disrespected by the Cowboys.
Part of the business.
Part of the business for sure, but like Jerry Jones, the guy is not even calling him by the right name. He's calling him Michael Parsons. Like, what are we doing there? I mean,
the guy's senile.
Exactly. So, that doesn't help things, obviously. I do fully agree with you that you can't pay everybody in a hard cap league, obviously. Where we fucked up was obviously Dak should not be the highest paid player in the NFL. With him, because he's a greedy fuck and he should not take a hometown discount, but he's already made a ton of money. He has delivered nothing in the playoffs and he got injured last year, whatever, but we cannot win with that kind of a contract. And CeeDee Lamb's contract. CeeDee Lamb is the one who probably deserves it the most. Then Parsons, then Dak. We just paid Deron Bland $92 million. He's a good cornerback, fine, but that's a huge contract, obviously. Trayvon Diggs got a massive contract. He has barely played since he's gotten that contract. It's just like
This is not good GMing, is what
It's
it
just
is. They
not
just can't.
good GMing. I mean, well, way back to giving Zeke a monster deal when he's an aging running
Yep.
back. Like, you want to take care of the people that deserve money for what they've done, but like, quite frankly, Dak is not that guy. Like, he is killing us, I would say.
No, we're not winning a Super Bowl with him.
Exactly. Like, I'm so ready to move on from the guy or like take a pay cut, do something because your contract is killing us. The
How does he
offensive
make it more than
line,
Patrick Mahomes?
well, right. He make more than Josh Allen. Dude, there's this video that goes around that's Josh Allen being like, yeah, I mean, I can do pretty much anything I want to do now. What's an extra $5 million a year or something like that?
Exactly.
Dude, that is the kind of guy I want to root for. Like, Dak is, I don't know what his deal is, but he has not performed. And quite frankly, he's just hamstringing the team. No pun intended, because that's what happened to him last year. But it's going to be a rough season, man. I'm putting most of my eggs in the Oklahoma basket because I'm expecting the Cowboys to be like, okay, but in the end, I don't think they're
Yeah, they'll probably be 500. I think they'll be better than what people think just because Parsons left, but I agree. Like, they're not gonna make any noise, like, significantly, to be honest.
The defense was so bad last year, and I think a lot of defenses scheme for sure, but I mean, Schottenheimer's the coach now. Like, it's just, I hope to be wrong, but I do not have high expectations for them.
What about Parsons back now?
It sounds like he's gonna play through like pain and
Putting cortisone shots in every game is not good.
I truly like don't hate that Parsons is gone. Like, it's unfortunate, but it really just like re-brought up the Dak nonsense that really drives me crazy.
I agree. I mean, they just need to figure something. I mean, I've been saying it, draft a quarterback. Obviously not a high guy, like, top 5 pick or any top 10 pick, but draft a guy even like Dak. He went 4th round. He turned out to be our quarterback for however many years it's been now. But draft a guy that you see potential in, that you could put under Dak to get better. Joe Milton is not the answer, but like, build the future, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's not a good situation. I'm not trying to trade for Kirk Cousins or anything like that either. So it's just not.
He's
It's not a good
32 years old
organization.
at this point. Like, what is going to change? He's had some really good seasons, but in the playoffs, when teams like really game plan for him, he folds.
Yeah, I mean, in the playoffs too, when he goes against the big teams, he does not perform well.
Exactly, he stuffs the stat sheet. I don't know.
Against the Niners a couple of years ago in the second round, it was just he could not even move the ball against them. Really, I mean, it was kind of a game in the first half, but then in the second game, it just got away. In the second half, it just got away from him.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, on that depressing note.
All right.
Good week 2.
Yeah, good week 2. We'll get to cookies contest again. Hopefully it's better this week, but subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again. It's all very much appreciated. Leave a comment, give a like, leave a review. We'll read it, take it from there. But appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you next week. Later.